Oh, sure, yeah.
like like series or
Yeah,
other things?
sure. I'll gladly tell you. Bakak Pictures actually has a long story. Do you want me to tell you the whole thing, or do you want me to just give you a long story short?
Oh, like you want.
All right, I'll go and give you
All the
the
details. All the
yeah.
details.
I'll give you the whole details. So Pecac Pictures is actually a company that I started. It's under my copyright. It started in 2006. 2006 is when we kind of started our productions on YouTube. We actually started our YouTube channel in 2006, so that's when we first kind of got everything started. That was our baby steps. Pecac Pictures is mainly known for music videos, for shows, comedy shows, series, the ponies for bronies. It's many things, but the main thing that the cat pictures is for is usually for series like other series, non-brony related series and brony related series. For example, we have a show that's called Survivors of Extinction, which is post-nuclear apocalyptic. Do you want to go ahead and translate that because it's a lot?
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Euh,
go ahead.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Donc, pour vous prévenir, PKAC Studio, c'est une PKAC Studio, PKAC Pictures, sorry, euh, est une entreprise lancée par Joey après après ses études en 2006. Si vous regardez aussi la date de création de la chaîne YouTube, c'est pareil, c'est en 2006. Donc tout s'est lancé avec ça. Euh, donc ce studio, si on va dire studio, c'est plus simple, excusez-moi, euh, crée des séries, des vidéos, des animations, brony ou non brony. Par exemple, en non brony, vous avez Survivors of the Extinction. Euh, c'est une série post-apocalyptique. Si ça vous intéresse, je vous redonne le lien de la. Joey, it's the same channel, YouTube channel that post survivors of extinction
Yes.
on Pony Meets World.
Yes, sir. It's same thing.
So
Yep, it's
Schmed
all
one.
yeah. Everything's on the Shmeta One channel, which is Survivors of Extinction. There's another show called like Joey on the Grounds, which is a comedy show, kind of like Pony Meets World, but without the ponies.
Donc sur la chaîne que je vous ai redonnée, vous pouvez y trouver. Donc pour ceux qui verront la rediffusion, la chaîne c'est Schmed One, donc SHMED 1. Sur cette chaîne, vous pouvez y trouver toutes les créations de PK Pictures depuis le début, que ce soit des séries comédies, la série de Joey, Pony Meets World, Survivors of Extinction. Vous avez de quoi vous faire plaisir. Franchement, c'est du travail de qualité. Non, j'en fais pas la pub, mais c'est du bon travail et franchement, ça vaut le coup d'aller voir. Um, to be honest, before to launch the interview,
Hmm.
I have never seen the before to ask for the interview. I have never seen Pony Meets World. It's one of my mates that tell, "Oh, look at this," and I look the last weekend all the series, but with one on the other guy of LPB. But
Hmm.
why have you put in the series all of beep?
Oh, the
Why?
bleeping. All right. The reason why we choose to do the bleeping is because we actually have a very big family orientated fan base. A lot of people that follow us range anywhere from the age of 6 years old to like 40 to 60 years old. But we tend to have a lot of young audience viewers. And the thing is that since we are so close with Hasbro, we don't want to give Hasbro the wrong idea with curse words and violentness. So that's the reason why we bleep it out, so that way we can have multiple viewers to watch Pony Meets World, instead of where it's only rated for mature, or it's only rated higher for higher audiences, where anybody can come watch the series. That's why we have the bleeping. Also in season two, if you guys probably noticed, season two there's a lot less cursing. Episode one there was a little bit of cursing, but you notice in episode two there is no cursing whatsoever. In episode three, there's going to be no cursing, and then four is going to be the same way, and it's going to go from there. So we're limiting down the cursing.
So you banish bad words.
Yeah, about basically, so that way we can have more viewers, because it we don't want a 7-year old, because these days a lot of young kids are on YouTube. We don't want kids to watch the show and run out there and say, "Hey, mom," and say bleep. Where'd you learn that from? Pony Meets World? We don't want that. That's not what we, what we want. So that's
But
the reason why we do it. Yeah.
why have you don't limited the beep in the first season?
The reason why is because we started, as we started Pony Meets World, we weren't sure what we were getting ourselves into. So we didn't know that it was going to become such a big series. We honestly thought it was just going to be a one hit thing, and then that's it. But it became so massive. So we kind of went crazy with it. That's why we kind of went with the curse scene and the violence. But then we realized that we have a lot of people looking at us. Even Hasbro's looking at us, and we said, okay, we have to change things. We have to calm it down so we don't get in trouble or we don't cause any problems.
Hmm. Donc, les gens, si vous avez vu la série, comme j'ai pu le faire ce week-end, vous avez dû entendre et certains supporter. C'est le cas je fais dédicace à Dragon X qui n'a pas supporté les bip 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 au moment de chaque injure. Pourquoi en fait? C'est tout simple. Ils, euh, Au début, ils se sont lancés juste pour 2 vidéos. Donc, ils ne pensaient pas aller aussi loin. Et ensuite, il y a eu des retours massifs, beaucoup de vues. Et même Hasbro regardait. Donc, ils sont tellement proches d'Hasbro, enfin, dans le sens où la série est insérée dedans. Ils ont une audience très jeune, entre 6 et 16 ans, enfin, principalement. Ils ont aussi les brownies plus âgés. Euh, et ils, ont, ils se sont dit, au fur et à mesure, qu'il fallait quand même limiter les choses. Et si vous avez dû vous remarquer, au premier épisode avec Morgan Freeman, ça a dû quand même être... enfin, ils ont limité les, les bips. Et dans l'épisode 2, il n'y en avait pas. Dans l'épisode 3, il n'y en aura pas. Dans l'épisode 4, il n'y en aura pas. Cela pour pouvoir élargir euh, leurs viewers et éviter d'avoir des problèmes et qu'un enfant dise hey, maman, enfin dise à sa mère bip. La mère se disant où as-tu entendu ça? Oh non, Apple Meets World. Voilà, leur série se veut familiale, donc ils doivent adapter, limiter la violence, les injures, tout ça. Mais bon, ça reste toujours aussi fun. Euh, Joey, one thing that I have been a bit surprised in the series that you run in the wrong way.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Why are you running in the wrong way, but working in the good way?
Yeah, that's the reason why I tend to run backwards in Pony Meets World. Is I really can't tell you. It was actually a mistake. Um, it was when we were filming the first episode of Pony Meets World. We were joking around behind the camera, behind the scenes, and I started acting, kind of silly, and I started walking backwards. and Jared made the the hint said, hey, we should just do that for the episode just to confuse everyone. I say, yeah, sure, why not? Let's do it. So that's what we put in the first episode. You can see as I'm walking backwards, and I'm saying, you're the crazy one, even though I look like I'm the crazy one that's walking backwards. And it just, since then, it just stayed in the show. It became a thing. It just became this thing where Joey is walking backwards for no reason. And it's just, that's like when you see that, you think of Pony Meets World. He's walking backwards, he's seeing Pony Meets World.
Ok.
It's just something that just happened. I really don't know. I have no explanation for it. It just happened, but it makes the show interesting. I guess you could say that.
Yes.
Yeah.
We wonder, I'm wondering why. Now I know. Donc, les gens, si vous avez vu le premier épisode, ou si vous allez le voir, vous allez voir un gars, un fou, qui court à l'envers, qui court à reculons. Pourquoi? En fait, c'est tout simple. Joey faisait le con devant la caméra, en courant à reculons. Et là, son ami Jerry lui a dit, hey, on prend ça pour le show, on prend ça pour la série. Et c'est comme ça qu'on est arrivé dans la scène où Joey euh, courait en reculons, euh, disait mais qu'est-ce que t'as, t'es fou? Et que Jerry répond, c'est toi qui es fou à courir à reculons. Et maintenant, c'est devenu une scène culte de la série. Quand vous voyez Joey courir à reculons, vous savez que c'est Pony Meets World. Oh, your dog is quiet.
Oh yeah, I put him in the cage. I ran really
Oh,
quick.
it's
Yeah.
bad.
He has a big cage. The cage is like the size of a table. He'll survive. He's a spoiled little sucker. So don't worry. But yeah, my dog was barking during the stream, but he only barks when there's people walking on the street or if he even sees his own reflection. So he barks for everything these days. But he seems to be calm now. He's just sitting there staring at me. So
Um, your dog will be shown in the series or not?
no. The reason why I would not be able to get my dog in the show is because he's very hard to maintain or very hard to stay still. So it would be impossible to get him in one shot with him just sitting there. He runs all over the place. So it's getting my dog in front of me, trying to get him to sit still is like
But it could be,
yeah, it's like water being dry.
but it could be funny to see a dog run after a pony.
Yeah, that would be that can be something that can maybe be seen in the future with Fluttershy because Fluttershy is tend with animals. So we just may see.
Hmm. Donc, tout à l'heure, vous avez entendu un peu notre cher Joey gronder son chien, car il aboie tout le temps, enfin, il aboie pour tout et rien ces derniers temps. Mais euh, là, il était devenu calme. Alors, je me suis demandé pourquoi. En fait, il est juste mis dans sa cage sous la table, tranquillement. Et dommage, on ne risque pas de le voir. C'est dommage, on ne verra pas le chien de Joey jouer parce qu'il est un peu amenable, donc difficile de faire une scène avec lui. Joey, can you tell us a little script of the third episode?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. For everyone that's watching out there, that's curious on episode three, I'll go ahead and say this, but I don't want to say too much. But I'll go ahead and say that episode three will be introducing a new character into the series. It's going to be Mod Pie, which is Pinkie Pie's sister. Besides Mod Pie, all three characters, which is me, Jared, and Dustin, Joey, Jared, and Dustin, will be in the episode. So episode 3 is going to be a very funny episode because there's going to be a lot of things going on with Maud Pyatt and the main characters.
Ouh. Les gens, attendez-vous à des choses particulières dans l'épisode 3. Nous verrons l'arrivée d'un nouveau petit personnage, Maud Pie, la sœur de Pinkie Pie, et pas mal de choses vont se passer avec elle et les personnages principaux. Alors attendez-vous à quelque chose de bien particulier. Uh, just a few moments to know if our lectors have questions for you. Les gens, si vous avez des questions pour...
Um, I saw one question that was asked that said, "Since you lost your home, what am I going to do?" Um, because in episode 2, I end up losing my home in a fire, which is Derpy's fault. Derpy caught my house on fire. And
yeah.
yeah. So episode 3, I'm gonna have my house is gonna be like for episode 3, the house is gonna be rebuilt. It's gonna be all normal, like nothing ever happened. Thank you to Princess Celestia because Celestia is gonna get me a new house, and then from there it'll go from there. So it's basically like back to normal. Everything is back to normal.
Hmm. Un autre petit spoil de la part de Joey pour l'épisode 3. À la fin de l'épisode 2, nous avons Derpy qui a volé le muffin, tellement tenté qu'elle en a foutu le feu à la maison de Joey. Et dans l'épisode 3, la maison sera revenue comme si de rien n'était, grâce à Celestia. Donc, si vous avez des questions pour Joey, écrivez-les dans le chat. Euh, Comme ça, je les lirai au fur et à mesure. Donc, n'hésitez pas. Merci, la voiture. Donc, n'hésitez pas à poser vos questions. Je les lirai et je les poserai à Joey directement qui vous répondra. Joey, you talk about Celestia.
Hmm.
Who are, because I think that all the people, all the characters that we see in Pony Metroid are seen taken from My Little Pony. But I think there is one exception. It's Celestia.
Yes. So yeah, Celestia is animated differently.
Yes, who is the voice actress of Celestia?
The VO, the voice actress for Celestia, is actually from I Am Shadow. She's very well known in the YouTube Brony community. I Am Shadow 007 or I Am Shadow 007 is her YouTube channel. She has been voicing Celestia since the starting of this series. And the person that animates and that does the animation for Princess Celestia is No One Cool, which is no one and then C001. No One Cool.
Okay,
And yeah.
okay, 2 seconds. I will put the different uh, channel of the two person.
Mhm.
So I try to find the first channel. I
Here,
am Shadow.
I can send it to you.
Yes, it will be
Yeah,
more easier
yeah.
for me.
Here, it's gonna be in the chat box right there. I am Shadow 007, and
Okay, like that. It's
then the animator is No One Cool, which is right there. So these are the two people that work with us in the Cat Pictures group with Pony Meets World. I am Shadow is the voice, and No One Cool is the animator for Celestia.
okay. So uh, I just I will find the first. Ah, voilà. Donc les gens, je vous mets la personne qui joue Celestia dans la série depuis le début et je vais vous indiquer ensuite qui est l'animateur de génie qui se cache derrière les animations de Celestia. Voici donc la première personne, c'est I'm Shadow 007 et la deuxième, c'est N01 C001. Okay, I find it. There it. So, why Celestia is so much interested by you?
um, I don't know. I know everybody is slowly learning or slowly noticing that Princess Celestia has an interest in the character Joey, um, or in Joey, which is me. Uh, there's I can't really can't say it. There's kind of like this affection going on with Celestia for Joey because she's that's the first human that she has ran into, and of course the way he respects her, you know, she's given him the opportunity to be her student, a student, and as we all know that when in Pony Meets World, you'll get the explanation on that later. In episode 3, you're gonna see something funny that's gonna happen with Princess Celestia. That as you were speaking about the interest, how you guys know, but you know how Celestia is interested in Joey. You're gonna see something like that in episode 3, which I think you're all gonna find funny.
I can't wait. Tell me, please.
I cannot. It's a massive spoiler. You guys would have to wait for that one. You have to wait for that one.
Oh,
Yeah, you're gonna have to wait for that one.
I'm not lucky.
Yeah, because that would ruin a lot. But you guys will see it. The episode 3 is gonna release probably by next week. Episode 3 it's gonna come out this month. Maybe after Valentine's Day or after the 14th or the 15th, or it's gonna be the 20th. So it's gonna be a couple of days. So just no worries, guys. Just a little more, just little patience, and you'll see.
Les gens, dans moins de 10 jours environ, on devrait avoir l'épisode 3. Dans l'épisode 3, on va savoir, enfin, pas savoir, mais on en saura un peu plus sur pourquoi Célestia a tant d'intérêt pour Joey. But Joey, it's a bit tricky question.
Hmm.
Um, the relation between your character and Celestia, is it the same between you and Shadow?
No,
Oh,
no,
you hesitate.
yeah, no, because I've never met I Am Shadow. I've only known her through the internet, you know, through our filming pact. I've never met her, so that's that's definitely a no.
Bon, j'ai été un peu fourbe. Je vais demander si la relation entre lui et Celestia, enfin, entre son personnage et Celestia, était la même entre lui et celle qui prête sa voix. J'avoue, j'ai été un peu fort. Désolé. Sorry for this question.
No, yeah, you're fine. No, that's actually you guys are fine. That's I've gotten worse questions, so don't worry.
Hmm.
I know I've gotten pretty bad, so that's nothing. You're okay.
You speak about a fanfic between you and Celestia.
Yeah,
Uh, this fanfic exists already or not?
I don't know. It might. Knowing the world these days with deviant art and Twitch, or not, or just deviant art, or you know the fan fiction, there may be something out there that exists with me and Celestia. I don't know. I can't tell you. But with me personally, with my productions, I do not have anything like that. But there might be. I'm not sure.
Ok. Donc, Joey nous parlait d'une possible fanfic entre lui et Celestia. on n'en sait pas encore. Enfin, en tout cas, sa production n'a pas reçu de fanfiction de ce genre-là, mais peut-être qu'elle existe, à voir. Donc, si il y a des écrivains qui écoutent cette vidéo, n'hésitez pas à vous lancer et à envoyer ça à Joey. Ça lui fera de la lecture. Bon, en anglais de préférence. So, Joey, you say that you are the student of Celestia, but
Yes.
how a human can make magic?
The way we can make or deal with magic is the book that we have, which is the book from Pony Meets World. It's the Elements of Harmony book. I'm sure you guys or everyone remembers that book, that one book that defeated Discord, and the same book that fixed season one. The book has magical spells in it, the same way as a pony would do their spells or their magics from their horn. The book has everything that it needs from the elements of harmony in it. So any human that can read, or any human being that can read the book, like me or Jared, is able to do magic. So, for example, like you see in episode two, you see Jared clone himself, kind of like which was it was the reference of the clone pool of Pinkie Pie, how he cloned himself multiple times in his room, and that was in the book, and that's how, and also how I fit for being Celestia's student. Every episode, I write her a letter. So every episode that ends, I always write a letter to her, and then I put it in a bottle. I throw the bottle in the air, and it gets teleported to Cantona, or yeah, to her castle.
Okay,
Yeah.
so the magic comes from the book. If
Yep.
you haven't the book, you haven't magic.
Exactly. So the book can actually fall into the wrong hands, which is not good, or it can fall in the right
Oh,
hands. Yeah. So right now it's in the good hands. It's in Joey's hands. It's in Jared's hand. It's in Dustin's hand. But it can later fall into the wrong hands, and we can see some crazy things that are going to be happening on Earth. It
whoa,
depends on who has the
whoa.
book. Yeah. So that book is very special. I mean, it's the element to harmony. So that's definitely something you want to keep away from bad people.
Alors, les gens, si vous avez bien vu la série, Joey et Jerry sont capables de faire de la magie. Oui, spoil, 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 spoil. Voilà, prévenu, c'est bon. Donc, saison 2, épisode 2, Jerry se clone, voilà. Mais tout ça grâce au bouquin. Le bouquin, c'est comme les cornes d'une licorne pour les humains. Sans le bouquin, pas de magie. Avec le bouquin, possible de faire de la magie. Mais bon, après, il faut voir si cela tombe entre de bonnes ou de mauvaises mains. Et si c'est entre de mauvaises mains, des choses pas terribles pourraient arriver sur Terre. Peut-être une annonce pour les futurs épisodes, je ne sais pas. À voir. So, just I want to find the questions that I prepared. Sorry.
Mhm. No problem, man. No worries. I'm actually just to let you guys know, I'm actually also it's running on my channel, so there's a bunch of questions that are being asked on here. But take your time, no worries. And there goes my dog.
Oh, you look on your channel for a question?
Yeah, there's questions on my channel, but that it's gone by. There was one that said what else I'm working on. Um, One of the biggest projects that I'm also working on that relates to Pony Meets World is it's a series on our channel that's called Heroes of Equestria. That's the next biggest thing that's going to be coming out besides Pony Meets World. It's a very big series that we're starting. It's another other big fan fiction that's coming into the fandom.
Fan fiction or game?
Both. It's fan fiction and it's game
But
because yeah,
how can we
it,
play on YouTube?
The way, if you guys have not heard yet, it's called Heroes of Equestria. It's on my YouTube. It's on the YouTube channel. You must be, and I'm going to repeat it again. You must be on a computer to play with it. The reason why is because the video follows up with analytics. So how, like for example, it says click here, and you can click the link on the video. So you must be on a computer. It does not work with phone. It does not work with tablet. It may work with certain tablets, but you must be on a computer to play it. We've been working on that all this week on fresh stories for Heroes of Equestria. I do warn you though, it is a very sad story. It's a very sad story, but it's a very, very adventurous fan fiction that's coming up to our channel. It's going to be very strong, and we're planning on making it as big as possible.
Euh, pour les gens euh, qui sont intéressés par Pony Meets World, il y a aussi un autre projet, un autre gros projet de PK Pictures qui est en cours, qui s'appelle, euh, excusez-moi, je retrouve juste le nom de votre oh, Heroes of Equestria. Alors, dans le chat, je vais vous mettre le premier épisode de Heroes of Equestria. Je vous préviens, il faut être sur ordinateur pour y jouer. C'est une, c'est une série qui se joue, oui, qui se joue sur YouTube. C'est à la fois une série et une fiction. En gros, c'est un jeu poney YouTube. C'est vraiment simple. Vous avez juste à suivre l'histoire. Et le mieux, c'est que vous alliez voir par vous-même. Voici le lien de la première, enfin, le lien du premier, de la première partie de Heroes of Equestria. You, you are very interested by therapy or not?
Yes,
Because
I am. Yeah.
you're the best friend of therapy
Yeah.
in Pony World. Only therapy is available in Heroes of Equestria.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. Derpy is she is my favorite character of the fandom. Derpy is my favorite pony. She's my favorite pony, so that's why she's chosen for my main friend in Pony Meets World. She is also the main character in Heroes of Equestria. In Heroes of Equestria, she plays as herself as Derpy, and she's trying to save Dinky. So it's a lot of Derpy. I know there's a lot of Derpy in on the channel, so it's obvious. It's kind of obvious.
Uh, but if if Derpy is your best pony,
Hmm.
I suppose that Twilight is the best pony of Jerry, and
Yes. Yep.
Pinkie Pie is the best pony of Dustin.
That's correct.
But it's it's a bit it's a bit creepy for Dustin if we refer to the beginning of the season 2 with Pinkie Pie.
Oh yeah. With she's very overprotective against of Dustin. So as you can see, like that, there's a lot of that love hate friendship going on with them too. They're both the same. They're both hyper, but Dustin is more of a, how do you say? He's more grumpy, but he can also be very hyper, like Pinkie Pie.
But when I see the scene with Dustin on his bed, it's a bit crazy because
Yeah.
I I'm thinking at this moment on Cupcake.
Yes. Yeah. The reason why we kind of did that in episode one of Pony Meets World season two is how Dustin was tied up on the bed, everything was red. Is we were kind of throwing the joke. We were throwing the joke of Smile HD from Mr. Davies. So but we obviously we weren't gonna kill him. We weren't gonna go fully with the whole entire thing. We were just trying to throw in that joke in there, showing some references from Small HD. But then you can see Pinkie Pie says, "I'm not gonna let nobody. You're not leaving until I keep you safe." That just shows that she's very overprotective on him.
Okay, but you're crazy. Les gens, ces, ces gens sont fous. They're crazy because ils mettent des références complètement creepypasta dans leur série. Vous avez une belle référence à Smile HD, mais si vous écoutez bien jusqu'au bout, vous verrez que Pinkie Pie est vraiment, comment dire, surprotectrice, oui, c'est le mot. C'est une mère poule en français. Voilà. Elle va surprotéger son petit Dustin. Mais bon, avec l'arrivée de Mode Pie dans l'épisode 3, il va sûrement y avoir un bon petit truc. Donc bon, on va attendre quelques jours et on verra bien. Euh, Joey, it's it's the same for Modestia, I think.
For Princess Molestia,
Yeah.
that's something that I'm not sure if I want to bring in the show because that can get very wild, very bad. But there was a joke that was thrown in episode 8 of season 1 where I told all the ponies, I said I'm looking for Princess Molestia, which I pronounced her name wrong. It's I think Jared likes to throw those jokes, so it might be a reference for Jared that might be thrown later in season 2 of Molestia, but we will see because that's another story for another day.
We will see later. So
Maybe.
maybe
Yeah, yeah.
maybe Celestia is more Molestia than we think.
That would be terrible.
Oh my bananas.
Yeah,
Les,
she loves her bananas. That's for sure.
les gens, Celestia égale Molestia, gros doute au niveau de la série. Mais bon, d'après ce que me dit Joey, qu'on en soit rassuré, c'est juste une joke de la fin de la saison 1 quand il essaye de savoir où se trouve la princesse du soleil. Après, reste à voir dans les épisodes suivants. Euh, you tell me that you search question in your channel. What kind
Mhm.
of crazy question could you have?
Oh, like just what's the craziest questions I ever got asked? Is that what you're
Yeah.
asking?
Yes.
I've been asked some pretty crazy questions. When I was in the convention, Super Speedy CyberCon, 2015, I was asked what's my penis size. So I said I'm not going to answer that. That's one crazy question that I was asked at Super Speedy CyberCon. Um, Another question that I was asked in the Grand Brony Gala Con was what what do I like to masturbate to? So these are questions that I just look at the person and I just continue walking and just completely ignore them. So I've been asked for some pretty wild, crazy things in the past.
I don't understand the second question.
Um, the second question, it's basically saying like, what do you jerk off to, or what do you touch yourself to? Like what
Oh,
do you like? Yeah, that
okay. Are
that's
you a
yeah,
couple?
yeah. And I was asked by that by a fan in the Grand Brony Gala, and I just looked at him and I just kept walking. I said, okay, let me just continue. But yeah, I've gotten some crazy things in the past. I mean, those are just a couple of the crazy things, but you're always gonna get something crazy, always. I mean, I've heard worse. Poor Peter New, which is the voice of of Big Macintosh. Peter knew he got freaking someone took a photo of him in the bathroom, which is terrible. But like I said, a lot of us get hit with a lot of bad things.
Hmm. Donc, je demande, tout à l'heure, Joey me disait que il recevait des questions de temps en temps, et je lui ai demandé les deux questions les plus folles qu'il a reçues. Alors, la première, c'est à la Super Speedy. Ah, le nom, en gros, ah non, je suis désolé, j'ai pas retenu le nom de la convention, mais en gros, on lui a demandé quelle est la taille de ton. Voilà, je vous laisse continuer dans les commentaires si vous n'avez pas compris. Euh, et la deuxième, c'est sur quoi tu te. Donc, en soi, deux questions bien intimidantes. Joey les a juste ignorées et a continué son chemin. Mais bon, c'est toujours bizarre de recevoir une question genre êtes-vous un clopère? C'est une question qu'il faudrait bien poser au poney noir. Bref, passons. Euh, Joey,
Hmm.
uh, you, what can you present the other person of the series? You say that Dustin Rock, but what do Jerry? It's behind it's in front of his TV or not?
Are you talking about the portal from Equestria to Earth?
Yeah, just I ask in the real life,
Hmm.
not in the series.
Okay.
What uh, can you present a bit more your friend?
What can I present? What can I present my friend?
Uh, can you present a bit more just to know you, to know Jerry, and to know Dustin a bit more?
Oh, like in real life, what they do in real life.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Sorry about that. I had a little trouble understanding. Yeah.
yes, but
Uh,
I don't
yeah.
speak very good.
It's fine. It's fine. You're doing good, man. I give you props. No worries. Jared works at a sporting center. He works pretty hard actually, and he's very good for drawing. He's a really good artistic drawer. And he's very how do you say he's very artistic. That's the one thing I can say for Jared. He's also a filmmaker. He used to be a filmmaker back in his days. That's how me and Jared kind of connected for Pony Meets World. Dustin, he is the most hardest worker that I've known yet. Dustin works 12 hours a day construction. So 12 hours daily on construction nonstop. That's the reason why we never see him because he works very hard. He's very busy. That's why a lot of you guys wonder where's Dustin or why Dustin isn't around. Is because Dustin, he has a hardworking job. He works for 5 weeks straight, 12 hours a day, and then he has 1 week of a break. So he's a very hard worker, but he likes to go bowling. He likes to play billiards, which is pool. But bowling is one of his favorite things that he likes to do. And Dustin is always into bowling. That's one thing. And he also likes to collect shoes, Jordans. That's one of his biggest things. To collecting the Jordans, which are very famous shoes here that people love to get.
Wow.
Yeah.
So Jerry is a, an artist man
Mm-hmm.
who work in in a sports center.
Yep. That's correct.
And Jerry, and Dustin, it's the hard workest man that you meet
Yep. He is.
because
Uh-huh.
because he work in building during 5 weeks, 12 hours a day per day, and only 1 week of break.
Yeah. He's a very hard worker. I've
Yeah.
actually I've actually known Dustin the longest. I've only known Jared. This goes for everybody that's listening as well, so that way you guys can learn this. This is actually a true story and a fact. I've only known Jared since 2014. I've met Jared in 2014 when we started Pony Meets World, but I've actually known Dustin almost my entire life.
Oh,
Yeah.
but so if you know Dustin since your entire life, when how have you met Jerry?
We met Jared at a lounge. A lounging area is where people can go and relax, or it's a hookah lounge. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the hookah lounge. It's a place where people can smoke like water vapor. I met Jared there through a friend. I met him through another friend, and that's when he told me that he was into filmmaking. And when Jared says that he likes to do film, I said okay. So I said I have an idea, and that's how Pony Meets World came up, and that's how I met him through the lounge, through the area that we go to. But I've known Dustin for quite a while. But the thing is that since he has such a hard working job, it's really hard to get Dustin into film.
Hmm. Donc là, ça fait longtemps que je vais traduire rapidement. Euh, donc Jerry, il travaille dans un centre sportif. C'est une personne artistique et qui est qui, qui adore la réalisation de films. C'est ce qui l'a un peu lié aussi au projet Pony Meets World, puisque Jerry et Joey se sont rencontrés en 2014, donc peu de temps avant de lancer la série. À ce moment-là, en fait, ils étaient dans une lunch area. Alors, est-ce que j'ai compris, c'est un endroit où on peut prendre du montant? Non, pas dans ce sens-là. Où on peut parler, fumer. Voilà, c'est un espace de détente. Et ils disaient qu'ils étaient avec un autre ami à Joey, et il disait qu'il aimait bien la réalisation de films. Et du coup, Joey lui a présenté le projet Pony Meets World, et peu de temps après, ils se sont lancés. À l'inverse, Dustin, qui est un mec qui travaille à fond, il travaille 5 semaines d'affilée avec une semaine de break, et il travaille 12 heures par semaine. C'est en partie pour ça des fois que ça prend du temps la réalisation, mais on va- ils sont amis d'enfance, Joey et Dustin. Du coup, le contact était beaucoup plus aisé, mais le travail dans la construction de Dustin rend plus compliqué de l'intégrer dans Bunny Meat World. C'est ce que je vous disais tout à l'heure, si Dustin n'avait pas son travail, il serait beaucoup plus présent. Alors, si vous avez des questions, toujours, n'hésitez pas. Euh, Sinon, euh, voilà. Si peut-être Fiery Shade ou Totinium, peut-être que vous avez des questions, n'hésitez pas. Les autres aussi, n'hésitez pas. Euh, alors, j'ai perdu la question. Euh, in the season 1, episode 7,
Hmm.
uh, who made the voice of the soldier from Nightmare Moon?
In season one, episode seven for the Nightmare Moon, that was actually my sister that did the voice for Nightmare Moon. The soldiers, that was a edited audio that was done by Dustin. His voice was edited where you couldn't tell it was Dustin, but so it was how do you say it? It was yeah, it was edited. It was forged in a way where you couldn't tell, but Dustin was the one that did the voices for the soldiers, the two soldiers of Nightmare Moon, and then Nightmare Moon herself was done by my actual sister.
So it's more than more than a production of Peacock Pictures, it's also a family production because
Sorry. Uh-huh.
uh, uh, more than a production of Peacock Pictures, Bunny Meets World is also a familial production because your best friend, your sister play also in the series.
Yeah, it's we have like that because that way it gets things. I guess you could say it gets things done faster than actually going out there and waiting for certain time for someone to get something else, and it'll take too long, or like it's the right time in the moment. That's the reason why I used my older sister, because she actually has a voice for she has a well voice, and she actually has her experience for doing voice acting in her days. So that's the reason why I chose my sister to do it. That way, it's a lot easier. We can get the show, knocked out instead of waiting more weeks, and then you guys have to wait more. Then you guys are getting impatient. I get impatient, so it's best like that since we already have the talent right in front of us.
D'accord, ok. Les gens, si vous aviez bien remarqué, ce n'est pas des extraits de la série qu'on a dans l'épisode 7 de la saison 1. Les gardes d'Iceberg Moon sont comme Celestia, joués par d'autres personnes. Et pour éviter que les gens patientent trop longtemps, et vu qu'il n'aime pas trop patienter lui aussi, Joey, il a demandé à sa grande sœur euh, de jouer Nightmare Moon, puisqu'elle a de l'expérience dans le doublage, et euh, la personne qui se cache derrière le garde n'est autre que Dustin. Euh, Joey, uh, would you want to make the all the characters uh, by voice actors, or do you want to or keep extract of the the show?
We're probably gonna keep it extract from the show, or how we what we like to call it session art, which is clips, because um if we were to voice act every single character and animate our own characters and do everything, one episode of Pony Majority would take so long that you guys would probably wonder what the heck happened to us. So it would be a lot more difficult. And since, I said before, and I'll say it again, I do the 99% of the show. How I script, I write, I edit, I put together. That's gonna put a little bit too much stress on me, and that's gonna put way too much work on me, which is too much that I won't be able to handle. So that's the reason why we do how we do it now. It's a lot easier. If there were seven of me, then yeah, it would be possible. So, but since I'm a one man army, or I'm a one man show, for what I do, it's a lot easier for us to do what we're doing right now instead of the doing multiple voice actors and multiple, animations.
Alors, par rapport au doublage, ils ne veulent pas rentrer dans dans un doublage complet de la série, enfin, pour éviter d'avoir des temps d'attente trop longs, puisque si ils partent sur une série complètement doublée, complètement animée, un épisode durerait trop longtemps à faire, c'est-à-dire que le travail serait trop conséquent et nous, les spectateurs, on se demanderait qu'est-ce qui se passe? Où est-ce qu'ils sont? Donc, pour éviter de faire comme certains monochromes, ils préfèrent, pour plus de facilité, passer par, euh, par des extraits de la série pour aller plus rapidement et avoir un peu moins de stress. Joey, have you got already an idea for the season 3, or are you focused on the season 2?
Well, we're mainly focused on season two right now. I'm not sure what would be a season three, or I'm not even sure if there's gonna be a season three because of what's the things that we're going through right now. Just there's a lot of work to be done. But right now we're just mainly focusing on season two and just to see what happens in season two, and then we'll slowly go from there as we go on.
Hmm. Donc, les gens, c'est pas encore sûr d'avoir une saison 3. Actuellement, ils sont centrés sur la saison 2. Ils verront si ils font une saison 3 plus tard en fonction de comment ça se passe. Donc actuellement, ils se concentrent sur la saison 2 et ils verront plus tard. Uh, do you think that Pony Meets World will be available with dubbing or subtitles in another language than English?
Uh, Possibly. It may be likely. I'm not sure yet. We may have a team that may be working on that in the future once we are done with the series in total. That way, everyone and anyone can understand it. Because, like I said, it's a lot of work for me to go through. So there may be a high chance that it will be translated to Russian, to Russia, French, in Portuguese. It really depends. I think that would probably be a possibility when the series is out of the way and it's a full done series. That way it can be worked into because doing the subtitles, more likely I'm probably gonna have to end up doing that. But if I do that, it's gonna slow down my time to work on the actual show. So a lot of work to be done.
So have you got already your team, or are you thinking on some person who can help you?
I have a team at the moment. There is a team. I just got to speak to them and see what we have to do, where we have to go, all the W's, the what, when, where, why.
But why not begin now for the first episode of season 1?
Because the team that I'm working with, which they're the only ones that can help me out, they're working on other projects. Like I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with this anime series. It's called Ruby. They work with Rooster Teeth. Ruby's a very famous anime series that's out right now. They're also working with a lot of other things on YouTube Red. So like when things get past, then there will be a time for the subtitles and a time for everything to go down. So just gotta be patient, just a little patience.
I got the example of the French speakers. We've got a lot of translation team. Why not asking one of this team?
It is very possible. Uh, Dame un segundo. It is very possible. Um, it could be done. Like if you guys really were up to it, I wouldn't mind. If if you guys would want to have the opportunity to do it, I wouldn't mind at all. Like if you guys were to grab the video and then just subtitle it yourselves, that would be completely fine. Because like I said, I'm going through so much work at the moment. Um, there's just a lot of projects, a lot of things that are in the way for me. Um, there may be a possibility that we may be able to talk about that behind the camera. Well, we will
Yeah,
see. Yeah, we will see.
but it's for our lectors. If someone is from one of this team, how can he contact you to speak about the translation?
It's simple. I have my Twitter, I have my DeviantArt, my Twitch, I have my YouTube. I have a bunch of ways to be contacted. My main way would be my email, which my email is my best way to contact me, which the email can be found on the YouTube channel on the About tab.
Ou autrement, je vous donne l'adresse mail. Oh, also, I can give the mail. It's more easier. Donc, les gens, actuellement, aucun sous-titre n'est proposé. Euh, Joey a beaucoup de travail, donc actuellement, il ne peut pas vraiment s'en occuper. Et l'équipe, il pense à une équipe, enfin, il connaît une équipe qui pourrait s'en charger, mais elle travaille également sur des séries animées très connues, donc n'a pas forcément le temps en ce moment. Si vous êtes intéressé pour rejoindre, enfin, pour lui proposer de traduire en français les, les différents épisodes de la série, vous n'avez qu'à lui envoyer un mail. Alors, je vais copier le mail dans le chat et pour ceux qui regarderont la rediffusion, je vais vous la passer par. Donc, c'est assez simple à se souvenir. C'est schmed2@gmail.com. shmd2, enfin 2, excusez-moi, gmail.com. Euh, donc, how many times last interview? Oh, nearly 2 hours.
Yeah, it's a long one. It's a long interview, but it's fun though. I'm having a good time.
Yeah, you you talk about good time, but what do you do in your what's your hobbies?
My hobbies, honestly, besides
Ah,
ponying the
yeah.
twirl, besides that, I it's really filming. Filming is my hobby. When I'm not doing Pony Meets World, I'm doing something else in my filming crew. I'm either filming more of Heroes of Equestria, or I'm doing something else in a show, or I'm doing something. But filming is honestly my hobby. One of my also main hobbies that I should mention is fishing. I'm a very big person when it comes to fishing, so I love fishing. So that's one thing that I like to do on my spare time is to go out and fish. And
So
since yeah. Mhm.
so your fisher spirit uh, could lead you to put sea pony or not in the series.
Maybe. That's a maybe. It could lead to something. I'm sure. That was something that was an idea that was for season one. But we're gonna see. Because like I said, right now we're just working as we go on season two. And since episode three is already wrapping up, and then we have four that's gonna be in production.
Mm.
Something that can go as fishing. That may be something that would probably be added. And since I live in Florida, fishing is very, very common here. I mean, it's very big here. So, beaches everywhere.
Donc, pour continuer un peu l'interview, car on arrive bientôt à la fin, euh, je, je demandais quels étaient les passe-temps de Joey. Et Joey, en fait, adore filmer. Quand il travaille pas sur Pony Mitchell, il travaille sur un autre projet, il peut pas s'en empêcher. C'est à la fois son travail et sa passion. Il, il passe son temps là-dessus. Mais il adore aussi pêcher. Et en Floride, il y a pas mal de plages où on peut pêcher. Du coup, il suffit de faire quelques kilomètres et d'avoir un bon endroit pour pêcher. Et peut-être que